Another day, another gloomy economic forecast.
We've got rampant inflation across the world. That will have an impact on GDP. I mean, we're not immune from some of these challenges.
The government determined to manage expectations ahead of tomorrow's budget.
Our budget needs to be responsible, calm, and play the role that it can to support economic growth across Australia.
And after teasing a wellbeing budget, no further insights on what that'll actually look like.
It will open up the conversation about the sorts of measures that we're looking at.
So let's converse. In a nutshell, it's about shifting the budget goalposts from maintaining a healthy economy to maintaining a healthy society.
At the moment, we tend to focus very much on GDP and that underlying cash balance. But when you think about it, what we actually want is quality of education, we want quality of healthcare, we want sustainable growth. Measuring well-being takes into account all of those factors.
For example, we're going to have a building boom probably once people need to rebuild their homes in Lismore or in Echuca, and that's going to show up as a positive contribution to GDP. So numbers are really important, but you also have to ask about the things that really affect people's lives.
And while a wellness budget might sound a little,
barefoot into the chamber, robes flowing, incense burning, beads in one hand, wellbeing budget in the other.
the idea is gaining traction. Canada, Scotland and New Zealand have all taken the concept for a spin. Even Joseph Stiglitz, reigning MVP of the economics world, is on board.
Economy is supposed to serve the people, not the people the economy. And we sometimes get that confused.
As for how that works in practice, in 2019, New Zealand decided to base its budgetary decisions on 5 primary non-economic objectives: environmental sustainability, improving social and economic opportunities, especially among Maori and Pacific communities, reducing child poverty, and improving mental health. And to measure their success, they track their progress with 60 different indicators: road toll, work-life balance, access to green space, stuff like that. So is it working? Apparently, it's about 27 years too soon to say for sure.
We're looking out for the long-term well-being of our people.
It's not about the next 3 years, but about the next 30 years.
But if it's good enough for the LeBron James of economics, is it worth a shot?
The responsibility of the treasurer is really to make sure that the budget is used to improve the well-being of the people of Australia.
It's going to be a pretty tough budget tomorrow night, and I think Labor's got a problem. They made a lot of promises during the election campaign that they desperately want to keep: childcare and maternity leave, and they have to deliver on that. But the budget situation's so bad, the debt's so high, and the interest rate's so high, that they're going to have to cut spending somewhere. So I think there'll be a few shocks there that we're not expecting tomorrow night.
What do you think of this idea, though, of thinking about the budget as a different thing? So it's not just an economic thing, it fits into a broader perspective about...
Bit airy, fairy stuff from...
I'm so surprised you said that, Steve.
I'm shocked with that analysis, to be honest.
Yeah, and the depth of it? Yeah. I don't know, I think to me, there's a part of me that goes, it's obviously an interesting and attractive idea that, like you say, the whole idea is to do what's good for people, not what's good for a spreadsheet. But then in the end, I'm not sure how much difference it ends up making, because actually every government decision is kind of meant to be about that anyway. And if you asked, say, I don't know, the Coalition, when they did a budget, are you interested in the well-being of Australians or not? They would, of course, say, yes, that's the whole point. And then we would have an argument over whether or not they're actually meeting that.
A lot of Kiwis...
But that would still be the thing,
A lot of Kiwis you talk to say it's just a load of nonsense. It doesn't work.
Yeah. You might be talking to certain kinds of Kiwis, Steve.
I talk to lots of Kiwis.
Ones.
Yeah.
Down at the yoga.
Are you still doing your cold water swimming?
Yes, Kerry, thank you. Yeah. Stop hitting me.
I'm not hitting you. I've stopped hitting you. Out of context, this is really weird for
I know. It's taken years, but the cracks are finally showing. They've come out.
Yeah.